Yeah, hi, it's Rich. It's Martini Monday with my Gateway Blood Orange Vodka. It's awesome. It's immaculate. Look them up, Gateway Vodka. They make it, they distill it right there. Great time to see my buddy Brad Landon play. Just want to touch on a few notes tonight. My daughter was really opinionated about wearing a mask. And I think masks are good. I'm not really against masks. I like being told to wear the mask. So when it's a small, like a convenience store or a small liquor store, I'm not going to wear a mask. Um, I do have PTSD, so driving a mask really freaks me out, but I don't bring that up. But it's really not about the mask. It's about inch by inch, they're taking everything from Americans, okay? Getting rid of God, churches, I mean, not churches, courts, shit, schools, just everywhere. No prayers. Hell, Pledge of Allegiance now is kind of almost banned. Um, Little boys going into girls' bathrooms. It starts inch by inch, and that's exactly what they're doing. They want us to get to this social distancing. There's no proof that that works. That was kind of an idea, how it started out. Um, if you smoke a, you know what, smoke a cigarette and exhale through a mask, it goes everywhere, out through the mask and out through the sides. You know what? If your immune system's shitty and you're gonna get it, it sucks. But it's not so much about the mask as it is about control and how they get away with this. Mosques are open, churches are closed. Why is that? You know, um, protests are fine, but don't go to a place where there's 10 people in a restaurant or, it's all a crock. Um, they're getting rid of these statues. They just got rid of a saint statue in Ventura County at the courthouse because it offended somebody. Next they're going to be doing book burning. And don't laugh because no one would think, 10 years ago that boys and girls can share a bathroom, which I don't agree with. It's funny, it was talking to my daughter today and I asked her a flat out question. I said, well, if a lot of people are in prison, especially black people, are in jail for drug possession, mostly pot. I'm not talking about narcotics, I'm talking about pot, selling pot, growing whatever pot, dealing pot. They're still in jail. I go, it's legal now. What would you do about it? And she flat out said to me, well, if it was illegal then, they're still in jail, right? I said, yeah. I go, that's what makes you you. I go, don't listen to me. I go, I'll point you in some directions, but you got to make up your opinion and your thoughts. Everything that you're saying, because she goes, well, when you go to a place, they have a right to refuse you. I said, no, that's discrimination. They can't refuse you service. No shoes, no shirt, no service is kind of bullshit. That's a whole different issue. I'm talking about your health or whatever you feel that you can't wear a mask. Um, it's not a law, it's a guideline. And even this WHO and CDC change their minds every other week. They said it was going to work in March. They said it was going to work in April, work in May. Kids are missing school. Now even de Blasio's thinking about going back to school 2 or 3 days. If you're going back to school for 2 or 3 days, go to school for the week. It's kind of ignorant to think that that's going to make a difference. Um, the true, my daughter was also asking me, what do you think is the Black Lives agenda? She goes, I think the Floyd family would be kind of embarrassed that these protesters are burning and looting places. You know, unfortunately, I don't know how much that's the issue. I think they actually have a lawsuit, which is, by all means, those dirtbag cops should burn in hell, as far as I'm concerned. Even the cops that were there who did nothing. Um, wear a mask or don't wear a mask, but it all starts out with that. Um, you're hearing stories of stuff in Texas. They're turning Walmarts into encampments. Is that true? I don't know. You can't. You're talking about microorganisms, the virus. What are we going to self quarantine the world forever to get rid of this shit? It's kind of a stupid way to think about it. You know, I understand New York City is a hotspot. Why should the rest of the country be on that level of danger? There was a terrorist attack. They shut down New York City because there was a terrorist attack. Perfect. Shut down the city. Perfect. They didn't shut down the rest of the country. Um, and I had to explain to my Shana that it's not so much about just this one item. I go, you can't just. You only hear things that you hear from your friends, or example, whatever. She's worried about grandma, which is a valid point. But by the same token, what's the next step going to be? You can't see relatives. You can't go out. You can't go out after 7 o'clock. You cannot have a wedding. Um, you can't have anything. You can't go to a funeral unless you're going to Floyd's funeral. Um, how does that work? I dig everybody. Everybody's screaming equality and rights, but they only want certain equality and certain rights. You want even playing field? Well, then get rid of affirmative action and any other agenda. The best person for the job. Um, Participation trophies. What are you telling you telling your kids? You don't need to work as hard because you'll get something just for showing up, just for being there. So, does that teach kids, or these modern day kids, don't work harder, don't practice? You know, it's a pussification of America. Toxic masculinity, systemic racism. God, the shit they're doing to black people throughout other places of the world is shit, not even a drop in a bucket. We've come a long way. Not to say we can't come any further, but to say this is a bad and the worst country, worst country to be in, get the fuck out. You know, um, if it's that bad, why does so many people coming here? Defunding the police is the stupidest thing I've heard in the world. If, if you guys had any common sense, you'd say increase funding, get more training, because these social workers that you guys are asking to go to responses, you're going to see a lot more of them dead. How bad has crime gone up in New York City? But New York City's doing great. Yeah, crime is up 123%. People dying left and right. People dying left and right. Chicago. Everybody keeps bringing up Chicago, but it's like a stereotype. If the shit's true, that stereotype has some backbone. It has legs. There's a reason for it. I was talking to a buddy of mine today, and I was saying to him, Richard Pryor is looking down right now and going, you guys are assholes. You need to laugh and lighten up. When you have kids and people crying about you're racist and getting all emotional, you lost your argument already. It's not that. They say that's why a woman couldn't be a president, because she's too emotional. There's some value to that. Until that's changed, I don't have the answer. But to say that people need to pay reparations for people who were slaves, that's going to be interesting. First of all, how would you even divide that or come up with that? Following your family tree, Okay, so we have a couple million illegal immigrants in this country. Are you going to charge them too, or do they get a discount? Or is there any acknowledgement that us Spanish people growing up got hassled, Irish got hassled, shit, Polacks have been in front of a joke forever. Um, I said a joke today, and Shana got a little funny about it, and I started joking about everybody. Puerto Rican stab. You never heard about Italian bringing a knife to a gunfight? Why are Italian ships so famous? Because they always sink. I go for everybody. No, and the typical, how's the black joke start? This whole thing about PC and offending people is ridiculous. Taking down Columbus statues is ridiculous. I don't see what's been accomplished from this except make them look more like fools. As far as I'm concerned, Seattle could fall off the face of the planet. They're letting that shit happen. Then they have the balls to ask for federal money. Trump's trying not to. Trump's trying to make the governors run their own states, keep the feds out of it till it gets to that point. But if these guys can't handle their own states and let anarchy and chaos go, well, then the problem is you guys who vote in these people, be it Republican or Democrat, if they're stupid and you keep voting them in, that's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing all the time and expecting a different result. I'm not saying don't be safe. I wear masks in certain places, but I don't live by the mask. That's my choice. Masks, they already say the masks don't work, but you know what? If it makes you feel better, go ahead. And like my daughter said, well, it makes other people comfortable. That's not my problem. Just like if I wear a Trump hat and you get upset, you can kiss my ass. You know what? I'm not, it's, get a tougher skin, man. Go out and play. Go out and enjoy your life. Don't be a wuss. I'm not bullying, but man, don't be a dick. If you want to stay in time and play computers all day, fine, but don't discuss anything outside of the realm of your computers because you have no life experience. You have nothing to base your life on. No kids, no mortgage, no job. People losing their livelihoods, man. This shit's got to stop. On that note, keep it short. Having my blood dragon, my blood oranges. Peace out. Ride safe. I'll probably do some. I'm gonna go ride tomorrow morning. Hope you guys have a good night. Take care.